And if you then go a level higher into the so-called ecosystem, then you would have your company being connected to your suppliers, to your customers, to your partners, maybe even to the trucks that are delivering the parts to your customers. And only if you take all those three layers into consideration, only if you digitalize all these three at the same time, will you then have a smart factory. So whatever you get from TRUMPF will address not only functions within the machine, but also functions from machine to machine, and also functions that have nothing to do with your production, that have nothing to do with our machine, but functions in between your company, from purchasing over production to intra-logistics and so on and so on. So you see already here that we are not only taking care of the production part in your factory, we are also now looking at processes that happen before and happen afterwards. So what is it that you want? What is it that you want when you digitalize your factory? First of all, and it always begins with that, is full transparency. You want to know what's going on in your company, you want to know what's going on in your production. You may want to know if there was a ghost shift at night. You may want to know whether the one or other operator reduced the speed of the machine to be a bit slower because the shift would be over in 2 hours. All of these examples, these bottlenecks that you have in your company, you may have a good gut feeling of what's going on, but you don't know exactly. And this is what will then become transparent and documented. It will be on screens, and this will enable you to increase the performance of the production and take a look at the bottlenecks that you may not yet have seen. You need a high level of process control so that you can remotely manage the orders in an automated way, for instance, going right up to the calculation of quotations. And by the way, why do calculations of quotations have to be done by a person? Why is there not an automatism behind that allows those calculations also to be done at midnight when nobody's there? You would want to have the potential to analyze process steps in your company to continually improve yourself. You want this all to be simple. You want to have it continuous and efficient so that maybe in the end you would be able to go for 24/7 business. That means 24 hours on 7 days in a week. You would want to reduce costs and time savings on maintenance, so you need your machines connected to the internet so that, for instance, TRUMPF can by remote take a look what maintenance topics have to be taken care of. And in the end, of course, it has to be flexible enough so that it can be integrated into your company that may already have the one or other IT functionality. So how can we boost your production to the next level? So it all begins with consultation. As I already said, just loading the software into your system and pushing the press button doesn't make sense. Also, we have to take a close look of what's going on at your factory. We have to understand the processes that you have on site. And this can be done in the first step by a smart factory experience. We have a couple of reference smart factories all over the world, one in Chicago and one in China, where we can invite you to go there and have a look how such a smart factory in the highest level of development would look like. We can also come to your place for a day check-up, have a look at the potentials that can be found immediately to look what action to be taken. A smart factory assessment would be a 5-day, a week at your place, really going into detail, looking at the processes and looking what of the modules that we have can be integrated, and a constant smart factory consultation which would continuously be taking place to look how an already improved situation can be even improved more. Because there's nothing of any perfection that you find. There's nothing that you could not even do better into the future. But this is only the consultation part. Of course, you wouldn't want to take the whole suite of digitalization and ram it into your company and push the press button and going on. Digitalization has to do with mindset. It has to do with mindset of the people, and you have people running your company. You have the operators, you have the quality guys, you have the logistic guys and so on. They all have to understand that such a process takes time, it takes understanding, it takes tolerance, and it has to be understood in a way that in the end everybody who is on board also follows the idea of digitalizing the whole company. So doing this step by step is not too bad, and it also allows people to slowly understand what it is all about. So having a 1 or 2 day consultation on site in the second step, then gradually including the one or other software module, ramp it up, look that it runs redundantly, and then in the very end, to an own chosen time period, you can then decide for yourself on what level of digitalization in the end you would like to be. So, what software do we have? To take a look at step 1 right down to step 9. Step 1 would be the offer process for your clients. Step 2 would be the customer order, the purchase order, the customer order, the PO. The process planning, disposition order, the programming, and then step 6 is the classical production, where our machines would be producing the sheet metal parts for you, and the intra-logistics, distribution, and order completion. So on the highest level, of course, there would be the programming of the machinery with a software called Boost, and for transparency, we have a software called Monitor that will make a visual situation and a live situation of your production. On the next step then, you could go for a quick job module that will take care of the production processes and everything right up to the process planning. And taking a look at your inventory from step 6 to 8, there is a storage module that on a click will tell you what inventory you have, what material you have to buy, and what material you should be looking for, because it still seems available. Going one step further then, the very powerful, on the very left-hand side, TruTop's Calculate, which will allow you to generate in a very fast digitalized way offers to your customer on the basis of pricing that you have defined by yourself. Web Calculate means that this functionality is available for your customers. So your customers who want to buy a part from you, they only have to go into the internet and place an order at your factory digitalized. No paper, no email, no telephone call, no fax or whatever ancient way of communication you may think of as of today. Production modules and customer modules and purchase modules finalize the whole thing. And you can do this in different steps. You start off with the programming and the monitor, which gives you transparency. At the next step, you take care of the production near modules and processes. And then at the very end, in a very broad approach, you will then address every step in your company over digitalized services. So, that's my final slide. What do we offer as a turnkey supplier for machines, software, and solutions? A more than 40-year experience in software, more than 100 software engineers in Germany and all places of the world, with only one focus, making efficient production, represented in over 60 countries with 95 years of mechanical engineering experience and a very deep technology know-how in sheet metal processing and in future also in digitalization. We have set up a team, not only at Headland with George together, but also in Singapore to be able to support you in this complex technology of digitalization, and we're ready for the future. Thank you very much for your attention. Any questions?
Any questions? Okay.
Hi, probably a question for both of you. AGVs figure very prominently in your turnkey solutions. AGVs? Automated guidance vehicles? In other words, replacing forklifts.
Yes, I get it. We have examples of this in Chicago in our smart factory, where AGVs are traveling between different positions, different machinery that's supplying the jobs and the